peoples everywhere. I hope you're having a good morning. I am. I'm still doing the morning thing. You can probably hear the birds. I'm sitting out here on the back deck of my camper with the fire going and listening to the birds and watching the day wake up. It is, oh, I'm so blind. It's 8:45 in the morning. Well, the day's already well woken up, but so I was just sitting out here and I was trying to think of what I would talk about to you guys. Like, what did I know I said I would do some topics, like what topics did I want to do? What topics do I feel confident enough to talk about, or that I know enough about, you know, without saying something foolish that isn't factual or correct. And then just thinking in general how I wanted these videos to go, like what kind of, you know, how often do I want to put them out? Do I want to just like record throughout the week and then put it all together at the end? Which that's a possibility, but that'll probably be a longer video. But I don't know, so I'm just sitting here this morning, soaking up the morning and thinking about what to do, and I have made a decision. I have been busting my tush for days moving from the beach house that I was staying in back into my little house on wheels. So I've done most everything. I got it all, almost everything is unpacked. I have a few things that I'm struggling to get put away, but it's because I have a hard time getting to where they need to be. So I may just find another home for them until the muscles in my life comes back. I'm very proud of myself. I moved every single thing pretty much alone, except for the big, heavy, awkward things. Like I have a patio set that I couldn't do by myself, and I have a big coffee table that sits outside that I couldn't do by myself. But as far as all the boxes and unpacking and everything, I did 99.9% of that stuff all by myself. I'm so proud. I'm frustrated I had to do it. I didn't want to do that by myself. That sucked. It was not any fun. And trip after trip, because I had just been saving boxes that my coffee comes in, and anyone who knows me knows I drink a substantial amount of coffee, which I know you're not supposed to do, but I do it anyway. I tried decaf, but it's really hard. Decaf, for whatever reason, the brands that I'm trying are something that tastes funny to me. So, but anyway, so I unpacked all that stuff, and I'm sore and I'm tired, and I have just to say I've made a command decision, you know, over my little command here, me, myself, and I, that I'm taking a day off. I'm taking a break. I'll get dressed whenever I feel like it. I can't take a shower because they had to turn my water off. A pipe got cut through, so they're calling a plumber out today. So hopefully I'll have water again. But I can't take a shower, so this is the hair that it's going to be for the day. It's a little bit crazy, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's going to see me except for the whole world, whoever decides to click on this video. But I do that quite often anyway, so half the time I look all unkept. It is what it is. But so I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But back to thinking about like what topics to do. I was thinking about doing having the topic of coping, because that's kind of like one of the biggest things that I'm trying to work on right now. Coping and seeing the problem in its infancy, you know, before it gets out of control, and then it's like too hard to pull it back in. So, you know, and I don't know that you can control everything all the time, but I feel like if you know what your triggers are, if you can see and feel the changes early on, then maybe you can prevent some of the chaos, you know, some of the going too deep or going way too high, or at least I feel like I can. So that is the goal for me anyways, of learning about coping and strategies to, you know, have some foresight. If I look away a lot, I apologize. The snakes are starting to crawl, and where I live there are a lot of water moccasins. So I'm forever trying to keep an eye on the water and keep an eye on the ground around my little house on wheels. So anyhow, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit distracted. Anything that moves, I have to look. And they have the babies. The babies are very difficult to see, and they give like a full load of venom. So you don't want to. And they're orange kind of colored, like the pine straw out here. and they're very, very small. It'll be easy to miss them, so you really kind of got to be on your game. Anyway, there's my side note on snakes. I'm very easily distracted. But anyway, so that was one topic, and then I thought about trying to, we're talking about things that you can do before you go to the doctor, things that I'm doing, and ways that I'm trying to help the doctor be able to see what my episodes are really like, and also to just kind of keep a track of my sleep and what my moods were that day, and so I'll talk a little bit about that. And honesty, that's going to be a conversation that I'll have, because I was never honest about this illness to anyone. I wasn't even honest to myself, because like I mentioned before, I never gave it any credit, didn't look it up, didn't pay attention to it, just assumed that that's how I was, that's how I've always been, and this is just my quirky personality. So, now I am coming to terms with this issue, and learning how to accept it. And the more you know, knowledge is power. So the sooner you can get on board with that, hopefully the better it will be. I know that it has helped me to be aware of things, sometimes hyper aware. Like I will get real nervous about what is it going to be like today, like I'm waiting for something bad to happen almost, so sometimes it's not necessarily positive, trying to pay attention so closely to things, but I do kind of feel like a lot of times, I guess I should say, I kind of feel like, is it going to be a good day or is it a bad day? And I'm kind of just waiting to see, and I feel like that in some way probably makes the day worse, or it takes a little bit of something away from the day that could have been. I swear I keep thinking I see something over there, but then nothing. Anyhow, so there's that, and I don't know, that's just a few things. Learn how to talk about things from the past so that you can learn from them and put them away permanently. That's something that I've never done. I've never been able to really discuss my life and a lot of the things that have happened in it. I've not been able to manage to do that. Some people can talk really easily, and I can say, yes, X, Y, and Z happened, and not shed a single tear. But when you have to talk to someone and dig into those emotions and things like that, I have a very difficult time with that. I'm not sure it's the same for everybody. I know some people greatly appreciate therapy, but for me, therapy has been hard because I feel like I'm just never ready, never ready to open up to those things. And during my first hospitalization, they wanted to do that. I think it's called ECT. I can't remember if I'm saying it right, but it's like the electric shock therapy. And I was like, yeah, no bueno. You're not shocking me. It works for some people. I've been reading. I know nothing about it. I know so little about it that I'd hesitate to mention anything about it. But I have seen people in videos and read about people in some research saying that it had helped them. Although the side effects are memory loss. So I don't know. That's kind of a big deal. I know what the ugly looks like, and I've managed it all these years. I don't want to be forgetting things. Then you forget the wrong things. I don't know. But for some people, I hear that it's pretty helpful. Anyway, so we'll talk about, talking about things, being honest, I only here very recently have been honest with many people in my life, and people who are very, very close to me had no idea, that this was a problem at all. Had no idea. And I'm in social situations that I can't get out of, because believe you me, I will get out of them. But in social situations that I can't get out of, I will absolutely put on whatever face that I need to put on, and then the only people who know that there's a problem are my immediate family members. You know, sometimes somebody else might catch a twang of, well, she's pissed off or something, you know, but they'll never really know what's going on. My immediate family usually always knows. But I've been able to hide it very well from lots of people for a long time. So this did come as a bit of a surprise to many people who are close to me. So we'll talk about honesty and how important that is, you know, to be able to be honest. Because if you can't be honest with what's going on, you can't be on. That hair's gonna make me crazy. If you can't be honest with what's going on with you, and you can't be genuine, then your friends and your family can't help you, you know. And really and truly, you kind of need help. Like I've mentioned before in videos to my husband, you know, how I feel like I need a babysitter. And it's a strange thing to say at, you know, 46 years old, that you need a babysitter. But sometimes, especially with mania, I do not realize things are getting out of control. I just don't. I feel great. I feel on top of the world. And you can't really tell me any different, you know? And I think if you tried, I'd probably be defensive and everything else. You know, I'm not sure, but, you know. But anyway, if you don't have the support of your friends and family because you have, you know, not allowed them to be part of your life, then you're really setting yourself up for, you know, disappointment and regret, because you're not going to have someone to help you see the signs. You know, they know us better than anybody, you know. And no, it's not fun to have, you know, somebody have to say to you, I think that you need some help. Or I think maybe we need a meds change, or we need a sooner a doctor's appointment, or whatever it is. You know, that's not any fun. It's not any fun to have somebody tell you that you know, you're sick again. But at the same time, you know, you need that, because many times in the midst of it, you don't know it. You don't realize how low you've gotten until it's too late. And you don't realize how high you've gotten until it's too late. You know, it's just that simple sometimes, and or for me it is, you know. And so having my friends and family be able to be in on my life instead of secluded from a very large part of it, to me, that's what's going to help. That's what's going to help me. I don't know if it'll help somebody else or not. Maybe it's just me that feels that way, but I just feel like having their support, and they check in on me, you know, and I have to answer that phone. I can say to them that, you know, I can't talk right now, I'm just not in the mood, but it's just a check-in, you know, and that's okay too. But anyhow, so we'll talk about being honest and being honest with yourself. I don't know. So that's just a few of the things, and I got to keep an eye on how long this goes, because I haven't made a decision yet on how I'm going to do these videos. If I'm going to do them, you know, once a week, or just however I feel, you know, but we'll see what happens. This is the beginning of the first video in the series, past the intro anyway. All right, well, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my day off. I've decided that it is a do nothing day, unless I just get a wild hair and decide to do something, but I'm really feeling just sitting here and enjoying the day. It feels like the temperature is going to be really nice. The sun is out, the skies are blue, it's beautiful. It's peaceful, and there's nothing of urgency that I need to do today. So that's pretty awesome, because the last few days I've had my to-do list going, and I've got all sorts of stuff checked off. So I've been on a roll. It's time to slow down, take a little break today, I think. Anyhow, I hope everybody has a great day. So, hey, I just wanted to say how cool this day was. This is the end of the same day from earlier. I'm still working on the first day, and I ended up taking this whole day to myself. I didn't do anything. Well, I did cook for myself, and I washed dishes once we had water again. But that's it. I didn't do any laundry. I didn't run any errands. I'll get a shower first thing in the morning. I didn't do anything. I walked around, I paced a little bit, I listened to the birds, I played on my phone, I listened to videos on my phone, I watched some TV, I read a book. or read some of a book, I should say. I didn't go read a book, but I read some in a book that I have that I really enjoy, and yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy how I could get lost just looking outside at the water and at the woods and stuff. It was nice. It was a wonderful day. I'm glad I took this. And the whole point in this, I guess, was I was thinking that this is all part of self-care, I think. You know, I started feeling a little bit run down, even though I was getting the extra sleep, but I was feeling kind of, well, maybe not run down, but kind of burnt out on having to move and run back and forth. And granted, I know I'm right here at the very end, and it's just like probably one load left, maybe one, two tops. I just needed a break. I needed a break for a day or so. I've been doing this all by myself. So, you know, I just needed to take a second and take a breather. And that's what I did. And anyway, it was awesome. And instead of sending me off the deep end, you know, maybe just this little bit of taking a break, taking a time out for myself, maybe that helped me to, you know, I don't know, head off a situation. I don't know. I like to think that I did something besides just taking a day off. I like to think I accomplished something big with this. But if nothing else, I enjoyed the day. I'm starting to feel a little bit loopy. What time is it? Oh, it's only been like 15 minutes. So one of my nighttime medications that they just changed and put me on makes me feel a tad bit drunk. So I was trying to hurry and make this video before it started hitting me. The first night was really bad. Like, I was having to walk, I was holding on to the walls. I felt like I had been out a whole night of drinking or something. It was crazy how woozy I felt. And then last night was the second night that I had taken it, and it wasn't as bad. It was still there, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it was the first night. So we'll see how tonight goes. I'm not 100% sure about this medicine yet. Thank goodness it's a nighttime medication, because I couldn't take this thing during the day. This would be nuts. Anyway, if Justin comes home, I'll be a cheap date. Anyway, so I don't know. So I was just wanting to say how I thought maybe it was therapeutic in some way to take the day off today, or at least it felt like it was to me, to take the day off and just to relax and not do anything and not have to worry about anything. And there really wasn't anything that was pressing that was on my to-do list either. So it wasn't like I just, you know, blew off doing anything or something that was important. But yeah, so all right, so that was it. That's all I wanted to convey that I had gotten from this day, as I feel very rejuvenated and I'm ready for tomorrow. All right, good night, peeps. Hope everybody has a good night. Good night, good night. Good morning, peeps. I figured this morning I'd just hop on here and let you listen to the birds with me for a minute. And the sky's coming alive. Isn't that beautiful? I have my fire going, so I'm warm. It's really warm out anyway, but I think this is my favorite time of day. Isn't that great? It's like perfect out. I wish this time of day could last a little longer. I wish the transition didn't feel so fast. I mean, it seems like it's over in the blink of an eye. But it's perfect. I've had a really great couple of days since I got on here. I'll get on here eventually and tell you guys about it. It's been very relaxing. And it's found me in a very good place. My new meds, so far so good anyway. I know it's it's a lot too soon to say that, but anyway. Isn't it beautiful? All right. I hope everybody else is morning wherever you are on March 13th. But I hope you're having a beautiful morning as well. Makes me realize the day is full of possibilities. Good morning again, everybody. I kind of decided to go ahead and finish this video out this morning so that I can get it edited and stuff. And I'm eating applesauce with cinnamon. It's funny I can say that word these days because there was a time in my life that I could not say it to save my life, and now it just rolls off my tongue just so naturally. Anyhow, that was a silly side note. I don't know. I was feeling really, really good these last few days. I feel like I'm having a little bit of a dip in my mood today. I don't know. I don't know why. It doesn't feel bad. It just doesn't feel as good as like the last couple days felt. So, I don't know. We shall see. I have some things I need to get up and go do today, so I'm gonna make the effort to go and do that, no matter how I feel, so that way I get out and I do something. But yeah, so I don't know. It's weird. But the last few days have been amazing, so I'm trying to hold on to that because it felt so, I don't know, I just felt so relaxed. And I took, so I said we talked kind of about coping skills or whatever, and one of the things that I feel like I just employed this last little bit was I started to feel myself get stressed out, like just feeling overwhelmed with this whole move and not feeling like, I don't know, I was just getting aggravated about everything. And I was losing motivation to do anymore. And it was a lot of moving and stuff. But when I started to feel that, instead of pushing through and just making myself more aggravated, because when I get like that, nothing goes right, and then it just really starts to spiral. So I took a day. I just took a day, and I took that whole day and I just didn't do anything. Well, the only thing I did do was I had cooked my meal for myself, and I cleaned up from making that meal. It required several pots and pans and stuff, whatever, so it wasn't just something to pop in the microwave, just so you know. I actually went out of my way and made something for myself. But anyway, that's the only thing I did that whole day. And sometimes it felt really bizarre, like I just caught myself looking out the window or whatever, standing out here on the back deck looking out into the woods and the water and whatever. But most of the day I spent just putzing on my phone or watching TV, or like I said, looking around outside. I just soaked up the not doing anything and not having to. Now, it was helpful that I had already done all the things that were like necessary. I had already completed those things off my to-do list. So everything on the to-do list is necessary. I shouldn't say that, but the things that were like most pressing, I had already taken care of those things. And so it was nice to be able to kick back and take that whole day. Anyways, I guess that's what I was trying to say with that. And it was kind of like, I guess, my idea of self-care, realizing that I needed a break. And and I did. I took that break and I enjoyed it immensely that day. I was very relaxed. I slept well. It was good. It was a good day. The next day, I did not sit around and do nothing. I did accomplish a few things on the list, but I decided not to overdo it. I had been trying to tackle everything on that list, and that was like my level of success or something, if I had gotten everything on the list done, but sometimes those lists were long, and some of those things that are on the list are things that need to be done, yes, but are they urgent? No, so instead of me looking at, I have to either do one of two things: make more than one list, make a list that needs to be done today and a list of things that need to be done at some point, or a list, and or make the list and then make it okay with myself to just check off the things that I get done. And if I don't get it all done, I don't get it all done. And you get the pertinent things done, and the whatever's left over can move to the following day's list. I don't know. I got to figure out whatever's going to work best for me, but I just have to make peace with the fact that I'm not going to get every single thing done every day that needs to be done. And I don't need to try to do that, because when I do that, I think I end up overdoing it for myself, and then I stretch myself too thin, and I start getting, frustrated. So there's just no reason to antagonize an episode, I don't think. And so part of that would be taking time for myself and recognizing when I need to slow down, because I won't. I'll just go, and all of a sudden it'll hit me like a brick wall, and then I'm stuck, like trying to walk through cement. So anyway, that's what I was trying to say. It's just some self-care for me. I feel like is taking a break, recognizing it. I don't know. The other part of coping is being able to talk about what's going on, or at least being able to being able to reach out to certain people, that you can trust to talk to when you're in a bad place, and learning those that it's not good to call, because some people just they're not the ones to call. They love you and they care about you, but their understanding is not, they don't understand. And it's not fair to expect them to understand. So, if they don't, then, find someone who does, but, and I have several people that I can talk to. So that's good for coping as well. Also, I think when you take time to slow down, I think that you actually give yourself an opportunity for some self-reflection. And in that, I can look back and see that in that moment, I realized that I needed to slow down that day, because I was overdoing it, and I was trying to be Mrs. Successful, got it all done, look at all this stuff, everything's over here, and whatever it was that I was trying to accomplish, but it was pushing me over the edge, and being able to recognize that is to me, it's huge. So I wish I could always recognize things like that when I saw them coming, because I feel like I could head off lots and lots of problems if I could just see it, just a hint of it, and I would be able to react on it. Unfortunately, a lot of times I just don't see it coming until I'm right in the throes of chaos. But I feel like the more that I'm paying attention to this, the more that I think that's where I was going with that. I tell you, I lose my train of thought. But the more I slow down, the more I can self-reflect, and I can see things, and it'll help me, for next time to see things. So anyway, I feel like I might be repeating myself. Anyhow, and I stopped eating my applesauce. Talking. Anyway, if anybody else has coping skills or anything that they think, are helpful that they use, I'd be more than willing to hear them. I think it's great if you have things that work for you. I'm still in the midst of trying to learn. I feel like this, you've had something forever and ever, but you know so little about it, and I feel like I just have to learn every day. I'm just learning how to get by with this, learning how to try to fix it. Not fix it, I guess you can't fix it, but to react in ways that are more positive, or handle it better, or something, catch it in advance, so that the outcomes aren't so devastating all the time. But anyway, well, I should probably get off of here and get myself a shower, finish eating my applesauce. Man, that stuff is good. I don't even know. I've eaten a whole jar in the last 3 days, I think. It's delicious. Alright, well, I think that's about it. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day. It's, I don't know what time is it. It's 8:20 in the morning, so everybody's having a wonderful morning. And I hope your day is bright and beautiful and blessed. All right. Lots of love and light.